We are playing every fighting game, one by one, until we determine which is the best. Suddenly, science! What if snakes had beaks? That's the science. Scientific sense? That's just where the science...
Supposed to be taking,
scientific approach.
Holistics is a big part of science.
Everyone knows this. Well, we'll see if they're scientific grade, I don't know.
We like to have fun when we do science.
Science can be fun. That's science.
Like science fair. Scientific science takes time. 1 second.
Hey, no, science is immortal.
Polymorph
Throw up the...
is a scientific term.
That's science. I mean,
That's science.
Science is just... This is not...
Fucking scientists here, come on.
Right. Well, that is where the science has led us. Then I'm ready for science, to conduct science.
Using science.
We don't know the science would state or conducting the science on, but also I think the science...
Those are all scientific facts.
Science here.
Well, yeah, the S is for science.
Uh-huh.
And the
science under... yeah, no, I take no pleasure in the science other than the part where I take pleasure in science. Fighting game science. Fight science!
Doctor
Fight!
Scientists or doctors?
We are scientists who are also doctors. Look, man, that's part of science is checking your hypothesis. Yeah, science is of the heart. In the hard sciences, you were the original scientist. Conduct science on while he was out.
But what does the science have to say about this game?
We'll check the science now. It's important not to let your personal like and dislike cloud the science there. It's a professional environment.
My science, hopefully.
And science, our never-ending quest for science continues. Time for science. All three of us are here in a scientific capacity. Tekken, I think that's the science supports that.
At science school, it's the science of, I don't know how to apply my sciences to these kinds of games.
Pass.
Do I have to play both sides now?
I'm running low on science juice.
That's where the science happens. So are you positing that the science puts this?
Science.
It's a science list. It's a list of science. If the science dictates it so.
Day of science.
Yeah, for science reasons. That's what science is. Get this science down. Science, there's a lot of, science isn't all clean.
I'm still learning a little bit about science as I go here, but...
He's thinking...
My scientific mind.
You can't fudge the science. If we fudge the science, they take the grant money back.
Sounds of science.
Based on the science, scientifically worse.
Check the science on and my science.
I think
I'm
that's
glad
the right
the
thing to do.
science speaks for itself on this one.
This batch of science.
We did the science.
We'll be back with more science in the very near future.
We learned science. That if you've got squeaky science.
Time to investigate the squeaky sciences.
Science guys were...
it's spent on science stuff.
Trickling
That's
down.
Science. Sciencing this couch out of here. Science. We should use science to remove this couch. Chainsaws run on science. I'm focused. I have the science.
I'm talking to them. I'm trying to teach them
They're
about
listening.
science.
The science would dictate that this is going to be scientifically. We're saying it's the science on this one. Dark.
I don't know where the science.
That type of rogue science.
I trust your scientific minds.
You got scienced. Well, let's see what the science says. Looking at the science and what I feel is science.
Yeah, I feel that the science has told me that it's better. My science tells me that it is not.
The science.
Wait a science.
Scientifically. We'll be back with more science next time. Sometimes science can surprise you. Dark science, the spooky sciences, non-spooky science and feel-good science. And scientific study is back, and science. We're ready for science.
Yes, we are, finally. Scienced up and ready.
Yeah, but it's not about what you played and what you like, it's about science.
I kind of got science going. I got my science juice flowing. I got a lot of beakers full.
Yeah.
Science related.
My science dictates that.
My science also says the science dictates. I love it when the science is itself. Turn of science.
Hold up on the scientific method.
That's some science.
I didn't take any notes.
Everything about the science says it is definitely better.
My science says...
a lot of science is math. The science is going to move it above. The good thing about science, scientifically, not scientific. Yeah, science is strange sometimes. For the sciences of science, sink into this science and the scientific journey. The sticky science. Landscape's not as scientific.
Well, you guys do the science.
All right, you can draw the skull. We'll do the science. We're here to conduct science. Science.
I can't wait to see what the science has to say.
There's a separate scientific.
My science states that this is better than Bloody Roar.
Sounds good to science.
I'm, not excited to see what the science says about it, but me personally, this game fucking rules. Threading the needle on the science. Just look at science.
Yeah, you have to let the science
do the work. This is a good game.
It's best scientifically. My science says the same. My science also says that it's better than Ranma 1.5 Hard Battle.
My science says this is better than. My science dictates the same. Oh, I'm a senior scientist. You junior scientists do all the work.
You got to do the science to know the science. The science said otherwise. Science isn't about happy
We did the science on this guy. We're gonna do them
as
all.
determined
so
by science. This is
they
science.
can't be trusted.
The science, it's time for science of a scientific nature. Fellow scientists here.
Hi.
Hello. And my fellow scientists after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's
First
science
aid.
101 is just get some gloves.
Get some gloves.
Like a mad scientist.
And
Yes.
some science of its own.
Played a lot of scientific techniques too.
No, Ed, our science is the science. This, whatever.
They're using science too.
I
There can be
have
bad
my
science.
doubts.
There's bad science. Into the science.
Scientifically speaking, the beautiful thing about science, you go on a journey with science. Supplementary science here. I think scientifically then, proper science, to really knock out some science here. This is science.
decide.
Scientifically asking the universe. The science is back.
I'm a scientist.
Science.
Exactly. There's no math in science. We know that because of science. Traffic in words and science and fact. Good enough for science. What does the science tell you, Jason?
Science tells me that
I could see that scientifically.
Okay.
Scientifically with science.
I feel like the science is so close on this one that
Replenish your scientific coffers. Time for science to resume. There's science in mashing. Science is science. There's no like what counts in science. It's like you can't disqualify things and still say science. It's still science. Science is science. Everyone knows it. Scientifically. Scientifically. All right. Well, until next time, everyone have a great time. We'll see you out there on the streams. Until then, keep on sciencing.
science.
Stay
always
science.
review your peers.
That's right. Tell the peer review.
Double blind.
Till then, keep
Science,
them socks
I
high
ain't putting my lips on
Keep
it.
your
for
Bunsen.
science. Socks high for science.
Socks high.
Your Bunsen's burning.
Socks high.
I rolled my pants down.
Shit. Now I've got to roll mine down. Fuck, I don't want to look stupid.